That's right.
That's how it should be every show, Jay.
An error occurred. Please try again. Bless you. Oh, I just got a notification, I think, on my phone. So we're live somewhere.
Yay. Oh. Yep, we are.
I don't see it.
No, we're live.
On the Vaping Channel?
Yes.
Why am I not seeing it?
Tony's in the room. Hi, Tony.
Why am I not seeing it?
Refresh the page.
I'm refreshing the page. I'm not an idiot.
Are you using the right browser? Use Internet Explorer.
No. That's just not going to happen. I'm not seeing...
It doesn't like you.
I'm not seeing us. Why am I not seeing us?
Yes, Tony, you're going to see the General E for a few more minutes here. We're just getting the room fired up.
Yeah, we're not supposed to go live until 8:15, so
it's 8:14, Tony.
Yeah, give us the 30 seconds we require, if not more.
Technical errors. Throw the screen up.
Why can't I get into Vaping Channel? Uploads.
Tony says use Netscape Navigator. Use AOL.
Why can't I see it?
Remember that shit?
Why is it the Vaping Channel? What does it say on my phone? I think I'm on the wrong channel. Something's going on.
Well, you're live on the right channel.
The Vaping Channel is live.
Yeah.
I don't think I remember how this works at all.
And you're supposed to be my guy here.
Yeah, well,
my producer.
Feel free to fire me at any point. Seriously. What else?
Could I hire Kevin?
What else can I do here? No, Kevin needs to be fired before I am. Seriously, the audio on his fucking podcasts are awful.
They're always just all over the place.
Oh, it's so bad. All right, I don't know what's going on here. How do I get in? All right, you put a link in the chat, right? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we have it on the sidebar of the page too.
Here.
No word
Kevin
from the
needs to be
girls
fired.
yet. I don't know where.
All right, so I'm there, but for some reason the Vaping Channel. If you just go to the Vaping Channel site on YouTube, you don't actually see the live feed at all for some reason. But we have 6 watching, so I guess we can go live at some point. All right. Stay tuned, guys. We'll be live in a few minutes. What's going on now?
Womp. Just tagging people in this post.
Waste every precious moment that was given to you of your youth. I'm of the mind to entertain those dangerous thoughts that won't try to entice my sorrow. Why do you treat me so? I just get out there and every time it ends like this, I can tell him all that I just miss. Everyone I know will say, just get out there and you'll make your way. Every time it ends like this, I can tell him all that I just miss. Everyone I know will say, just get out there and you'll make your way. I can't wait till I reach my earth. I keep wondering, where do I fit in? Screaming out my lungs, no one saves me here. Crying from this hell, trying to pull me in. I can see harmony on the horizon. I can feel it coming like a hurricane. You are gonna leave me in the pouring rain. Do not break your concentration when I said it's now or never. What kind of dangerous line is this from which we tether? Hesitate to heed the call. So stand in line and watch me fall. Be the one tied to me. I could throw myself before a rolling train. I can't seem to make you recognize my name. I keep wondering, where do I fit in? Screaming out my lungs, no one saves me here. Crying from this hell, trying to pull me in. I can see harmony on the horizon. How many first impressions? How many times have you been wrong? How many people have you written off your page? Behind the nervous laughter, behind the awkward gestures, I'm screaming out my lungs and no one sees. Can't see me, can't see me. The voice inside so small, afraid of how you see me. A superficial stare. I feel like such a child. You dug your way under my skin with that last comment you made. I keep wondering, where do I fit in? Screaming out my lungs, no one saves me here. Crying from this hell, trying to pull me in. I can see harmony on the horizon. I keep wondering, where do I fit in? Screaming out my lungs, no one saves me here. Crying from this hell, tried to pull me in. I can see harmony on the horizon.
Hi.
Hi, Jay.
Holy crap.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
Oh.
How's everybody? Remember us?
I can't see ourselves.
I don't care.
Oh. We're not live yet?
No, we're live. They just can't see us.
So we're just podcasting then?
It's a blessing. It's a fucking blessing. All right, where the hell's my...
Are you giving up?
Oh, I gave up a long time ago, man. That's why we're in this position.
Oh, you took that long to set up that little transition.
Yeah. No, that transition was set up months ago.
Well, at least my background kind of matches. It's close.
Kinda.
It's a little bluey purple.
Well, you look you're a little too far north. There you go.
Little what?
There you go. All right, now we're good.
There you go.
Yeah, you're all purpley.
Yeah, I've got my purple LEDs on. I can change them.
That'll
Here.
do it.
You can do blue. We do green. And not that you guys could really see that, but I'm going back to purple. Hi.
Nick made me do a show tonight.
I didn't make you. I just was at the liquor store and I was like, I need a better excuse to drink alcohol tonight.
What kind of alcohol are you drinking?
Well, we're going to start right in with it? Okay.
Yeah, let's start right in with it.
Well, this is something local. East Hampton, Massachusetts. Abandoned building brewery.
That's a big fucking 0 on that can.
Well, it's an O. It's called The Other End. And this one is 8.4%, and it's a IPA. So I think it's a double IPA because it's so high.
Of course it is.
But yeah, it's double dry hopped imperial IPA. Blah 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 blah. So yeah, citrusy. I like citrus hops. Like real juicy. It tastes like beer and orange juice at the same time. It's pretty freaking fantastic.
Why not just drink Bud Light and orange juice?
And you have to add a splash of vodka in it or something because there's not enough booze in it. Gotta remember, it's high in alcohol too.
Still cheaper than that fucking microbrew bullshit that you're drinking.
Says the guy with, bottles of whiskey that cost hundreds of dollars.
Yes. Says that guy.
So, I'm vaping on the Predator 228, which is not out yet. Wismec sent me one for review.
I think that was featured in the Xbox One video game Alien Isolation.
Well, I think it's their competition to the Alien mod by Smoke Tech. So, Predator versus Alien. Get it?
I see what you did there. That's pretty cool. Yep.
So, I've got the Merlin mini tank on top, which is amazing. Single coil mode.
Oh my god, a single coil!
Yep.
Holy shit! Where do people come up with these ideas?
Don't get too excited,
Sorry.
Jay. It's a 0.15 ohm stainless steel fused Clapton coil.
All I heard was blah blah blah. I'm a dirty tramp.
Sure. Blah blah blah, flat brim and neckbeard. Go buy a Subaru WRX.
Yeah.
Anyways, if you'll allow me to continue,
Yeah.
got some Blaz in the tank.
Of course you do.
Blazberry.
You're paid by them.
Blue raspberry and strawberry. It's really delicious. I also have Blaz mango set up on my little Rouleau 2.3. Again with a single coil. But it's a kind of a crazy one. It's a stovetop coil. Something you don't see too often. Did that for another episode of Fresh Build Friday. And I've got the Little Me 1. I don't know if you've seen this one, right, Jay?
Yeah, you brought it down on a Tuesday.
Yes, that's true.
Yep.
And this has some Mr. Salty. What?
Whams is here.
Whams is here.
Whams is here.
Yeah. This has Mr. Salty 25 milligram nicotine salt e-liquid. It's blood orange lemonade.
It's funny. We talked about nicotine salts on VCC Live last week.
Oh, it's not on.
Yeah, there you go. We talked about nicotine salts last week, and I fully was just like, this is bullshit. Nicotine salts. I still have yet to see any fucking blah 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 blah. And Nick was telling me, he's like, no, it's literally just like purity of the nicotine isolate. Like that's all it is.
It's how they extract it.
And I said, well, that makes sense then. But why don't they advertise it like that? No, they advertise it like it's this revolutionary thing. No, it's literally just a different method of extraction of nicotine. Like they act, so it gives you less throat hit per milligram than the standard traditional extraction methods. All right, fine. But
this is 25 milligram.
Right,
with a 1 ohm coil.
But it hits you like in the throat like a 3 milligram. Right?
Right.
So
pretty close.
So you're getting a stronger nicotine hit without, the scratchiness in the throat. That might mean something to somebody, but it was funny because my nicotine supplier literally just emailed me, I think it was earlier today, saying, nicotine salt, nicotine salt, nicotine salt, here we have it, have it. But I literally have no market as an e-liquid manufacturer. I have no market for that stuff at all.
And from what I've heard, all these people coming out with nicotine salts are actually being sued by, I forget who. There's like a certain company that owns like the patent to the extraction process or something.
Mm-hmm.
And I think they're suing. They're going after all these other companies that are using that liquid or that nicotine in their liquids.
Yeah, I'm not using it. I'm not. I don't have the market for it. 90% of my market is people who have been vaping for more than 6 months. So I don't have that market.
And apparently Eva sub-ohms with nicotine salts, which, wow. She's a trooper.
But I mean, if you mix your nicotine salts at 0.03%, then maybe that's possible.
Well, that's true. I was just thinking the pre-mixed ones that are mostly in like 25 to 50 milligrams.
But seriously, at this point, I get most of my nicotine, my actual nicotine, from snus. Like,
yes,
I vape a shut your fucking mouth or I'll cut you off. I still get my mouth to lung like feeling. I get all that from vaping. I still vape, a lot during the day, but most of my nicotine comes from snus at this point.
Yeah. I mean, that's your prerogative, You vape for flavor, you snooze for the nicotine.
Yeah, kind of.
And somewhat flavor, because you do it...
Somewhat, yeah.
You fucking love that, what's it called?
Etan.
Yeah. Yes. I always see because
I never lost the taste for tobacco, but that was one thing that was missing from vaping was the actual flavor of tobacco. But now with snus, I get to have the flavor of tobacco again. So
I feel like in certain senses, snoozing is kind of like chewing on a cigar.
Yeah, kind of, but it's healthier.
Well, yeah.
The way I present it to people is snus is to smoking. No, snus is to dipping the way that vaping is to smoking. Even though I never dipped, I never got into dip. But I mean that's kind of the correlation. Like snus is the healthier alternative to dipping, where vaping is the healthier alternative to smoking. And there's nothing wrong with
I get customers.
There's nothing wrong with any of that.
No. But I get customers where they said they're trying to get off dipping with vaping, and I'm like, that's cool. I've had people, with success with that before. But there's also snus. Right. I show them mine, and I'm like, this is snus, and they're like, oh, I've heard of that stuff. And I'm like, yes, you've heard of American snus, which is garbage.
Yeah, all garbage.
But I give them the quick rundown, of like the general gist of what snus is and what it does. And, from time to time, like 9 times out of 10 on Tuesdays when we meet up, I go home with a snus in my lip because, I have a couple of beers or whatever while we're hanging out. And then I want more nicotine than I can actually like vape on while I'm driving. I'm trying to not cloud out my car while I drive. And I'm, the reason I started vaping in the first place was that I didn't want to roll down my window in the middle of winter, you know, to like smoke out of. So vaping in the car kind of like eliminated that whole thing for me. So I started using the mouth to lung devices. Like I'll use my Mi 1, which is nice, but just for that extra little kick, because like you kind of I vape and drive constantly. You know, I'm one of those people that have the mod in one hand and the wheel in the other. You know, so I tend to pop it in a snooze and then vape infrequently. So Jay, actually,
Yes.
what are you drinking? What are you vaping before we get ahead of ourselves?
I am drinking rum and cherry seltzer and a dusting of like mango orange, like sugar-free drink.
Sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's one word for it. I'm trying to lose fucking weight again.
Yeah, you're doing good already, though. What are you down?
Oh, I'm back up.
Oh, come on!
I
You
was
were
down.
doing so
I was
good.
down to 250 last year. I'm back up to 270 now, so I'm trying to get back down.
Amy, where are you going
But
tomorrow?
but then again, I'm 7'4", so it's not that bad.
That's totally normal then.
Yeah, totally normal.
You can just dunk a basketball just by reaching your hand up.
And right now, I'm gonna have a protein bar.
Protein. HGH. Jaeger bomb.
Yeah.
Anyone get that reference, please? Yeah. you just yeah. Okay, I'll entertain them. Hi everybody. Hi Eva. Hi Jake. Hi Amy. Hi Mowgli. Brandon. Tony, if you're still watching or just listening. Who else did I see in
Tony's
here?
probably driving home right now.
Kevin's here. What's up? Yeah. Yeah, we actually have like double the the prior viewership. Yay, 12 people.
Yeah, we should take 12 months off more often.
Right. Amy's going to Founders. Oh, KBS Day. Are they releasing it? 'Cause I thought there was April and September or something. What are they doing for KBS Day? KBS, for those of you that don't know, is Kentucky Bourbon Stout. And it's delicious.
Yo. Another 0 for Nick.
Yeah, carbs aplenty. Mmm. And they're 16-ounce cans, too, so, you know, 8.4%, 16-ounce cans.
Give it another 10 years and you'll actually give a shit.
Oh, carbs? Oh, it's... I don't care. I have a beer gut right now. Do I care? No.
That's why I said, give it another 10 years and you will.
Why? Why would I care?
Because you're going to die.
Oh, please. It's probably true because my family has a history of diabetes, so
See?
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
We're all gonna die, Jay.
Pretty sure.
Speaking of, I had a customer ask me like, so what is like in this stuff? Like, what is the harm that's being done with this? Because I know it's not perfect. Nothing's perfect. I'm like, well, just like anything else, if you inhale something, you know, it's a constantly technically damaging your cells, whether it's vapor or whether it's smoke. So it's like if you inhale anything that's not oxygen, it's not good for you.
And even too much oxygen isn't good for you.
Exactly. So I'm just like, look, this is a harm reduction product. So it is dramatically reducing the harm to your body that normally you would be doing with cigarettes. And it's not a perfect solution, but there is no perfect solution other than just straight up quitting smoking and never touching anything like that again.
And then life is miserable. So even that's not a perfect solution.
Yeah, then you get depressed and you take an antidepressant, which actually makes it worse, and then you want to kill yourself. Because that's one of the side effects.
You know what? If you live in Springfield, Mass, it's probably better for you to be vaping than to live in Springfield, Mass.
It's true. Any major city or anything like that, if you live out in the middle of the woods, maybe you'll be okay. But I live in the middle of like the busiest part of Western Mass, I guess.
Close to it, yep. Although you have right down the street from you, there's a Hooters.
That's true. Stone's throw away.
Yeah, so that helps.
What? Oh, I changed
Mogs
the mode
is
on
here.
it. What happened?
Mogs is here.
Yeah. Carbon monoxide? Really? Who misses carbon monoxide?
You know what's funny is I've been talking about this for a little while. Actually buying a Harley this spring.
Yep.
But my dad and I were talking. Like my dad flies down to, or flies or drives or whichever way he gets down there. He goes down to Florida for 6 months a year, which a lot of snowbirds do. And he said he was thinking of selling his Honda, his Shadow, his motorcycle. And I said, "Oh man, well this spring I was thinking of buying a Harley and we could like go out for rides together." And he says, "Well, if you're going to sell your Harley, I'll just give you, or if you're not going to buy the Harley, I'll just give you my Shadow." So he's going to give me like a $5,000 motorcycle.
Yeah, but then
free.
you don't get to go on rides with them.
But and that's exactly what I said to him. I said, "But then we can't go on rides together." Like, so. But then my daughter needs a back brace that costs $2,500, and so now I'm just like, all right, you know what? If my dad offers again, I'm just going to take his Shadow, and maybe get a paint job or something on it to hide the fact that it's a Honda.
Bright pink.
No, charcoal, denim charcoal is what I would have it painted as.
That's a color?
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like what a coal miner would wear.
Oh, it's badass. It's absolutely badass.
Sounds like what the new iPhone is called.
See, Jake knows. Like Jake knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Space black. There is no such thing as a beer snob, Whammy. Or Whammy. Whams? Amy Whams? Whatever. Whammy. That's your new name. It's a beer connoisseur. Just like Jay is a whiskey connoisseur.
Sure.
Are you going to get leather saddlebags?
I don't know about the bags. I do know that I want to change the paint because he has a Shadow Aero, which looks like an old person's bike. So I want to change the fenders, and I want to change the paint. As far as saddlebags, if I do it right, I think that could work. But I don't know what use I would necessarily have for saddlebags because I'd just be driving it to work and back.
So you could drop off your juice orders.
No, I couldn't drop off juice orders in a saddlebag. Maybe if it was a small enough juice orders, but most of my juice orders are like 100 bottles or more, so I don't think that would work.
Get a sidecar.
I'll get some assless chaps and deliver my fucking e-liquid in assless chaps.
I think Tony's down for that.
I'm talking a lisp when I drop them off.
Actually, Pharmacy MG says some of us use nicotine and caffeine to keep dead bodies off the lawn. Absolutely true. If it weren't for caffeine and nicotine on repeat all day long, yeah, people would probably die.
All chaps are well, yeah, that's true. That's true, Tony. All chaps are assless.
All asses are chapped. Wait,
All
what?
asses are chapped. Well, that's probably true too. if you were to actually like hold up a microscope and do a survey, like, show us your ass. Is it chapped?
Maybe
Yes.
if you go out in this weather, yeah.
Yeah.
It snowed
Yes.
today.
Yes. Wearing a
That's-
Stanley. Yeah, I don't think I could get away with wearing a Stanley helmet on a bike.
Oh my god! If you get I'm not gonna say if because I know you're gonna get a bike. So when you get a bike,
I am getting a bike. Period.
you gotta
It's gonna happen.
get one of those skull cap helmets with.
I'm
horns.
gonna pull a Jax Teller and just like fucking kill myself. Seriously, like within the next 3 years, I'm gonna like just.
You need
Anyway,
a
yeah.
when we start doing shows again. You need to make a scene where it's like you on a motorcycle, and then layer me in the background so I could like. Or no,
Ride-
me on the, me on
Nick's
the
right.
sidecar.
Nick's riding bitch. Yeah.
That would be awesome. Just put a fan right in front of you too.
And I pull a Jax Teller and I try to drive myself into a Mack truck, and you're in the back going, "I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die." And I'm just like, yes.
That sounds like a video
Fuck
idea
Nick and his selfish ways.
for the Stanley channel. Definitely need the horns though.
Yeah,
We can
we'll
make
see.
that happen.
We'll see.
Chrome horns? I don't know about that. That's a little bit extreme.
Yeah, that might be considered an assault weapon in mass.
Super glue the plastic ones. That's more like it. I like that idea better.
I think that's the only thing left from the Stanley helmet is the horns.
Yeah, thing's seen better days. We need to like start a GoFundMe for like a real one.
A real helmet.
Oh yeah, like leather, metal studs, the whole nine. Real horns.
That's just silly.
Stanley grows up.
We should watch a movie. Let's just watch a movie. I don't feel like talking anymore.
Stanley moves out of his mom's basement. Stanley's Big Adventure. There we go. Let's make a feature, Jay.
You want to make a feature?
Yeah, let's do a full like hour and a half.
Oh, yeah, I got time for that.
Just shoot it one Tuesday at a time. It would take at least 2 years. He could have a motorcycle, but he'd have a little bell on it still. Bye-bye!
Yeah, Wham says don't watch movies with me because I always leave people hanging. Like we'll watch movies like over Skype, and then I'll just like drop off, like out in the middle of a ultra scary ghost movie.
Just slowly,
I'll just fucking like disappear, go into bed, and then Amy has to watch the rest of it by herself and freak out.
yeah, you know, because Jay, you like the freaking goriest, craziest horror movies. I
Yeah,
never
I-
really could peg you for a horror movie buff.
Oh, I believe you should see the books. Some of the books that I've read. My wife, like, wouldn't talk to me for a month after she got a hold of my Kindle, and was like looking for stuff to read. She started reading like some splatterpunk shit, and she just like she wouldn't even look at me for a month. It was scary, and I said, "Oh, honey, you read that? Oh my god, no."
Diary of
No.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
No, just Google Edward Lee and look at some of the books that he's written over the years.
I like nonfiction horror stuff, or like Psycho, fucking crazy killers.
Yeah, like the
stuff like that.
Edna Lane. What's their names? Like the old ghost stories, the nonfiction stuff. I read the Bones in the Basement, which was the story about the mansion in Gardner. That was actually really good. Like there are a lot of really good nonfiction ghost story stuff, even though I still don't buy it. But you read the Ed Lee stuff, his early stuff, the splatterpunk stuff. Oh my god! Like I won't even say like the kind of shit that goes on in those books because it's pretty bad.
Mowgli says Ray Garton and Clive Barker.
Nah, Clive Barker cannot hold a candle to Ed Lee. Seriously. The kind of shit that Ed Lee wrote about in the like late 90s and stuff. Oh my god.
I'm not a reader. I watch documentaries and all that shit on like real life murderers and just crazy shit. I get really into it though. He was on Tor Books.
I'm not sure if Ed even made it that far, to be honest. Later on, I think he might have, but no, early on, he was like, he wasn't self-published, but he was pretty fucking close because nobody was publishing his goddamn books. Mogs, go ahead and read Header, but nobody else read Header. Nobody else read Header.
You're gonna be scared.
Not scared. No, it's not about being scared. It's about being absolutely disgusted with humanity. That somebody in this world could write such awful stuff.
Well, think about it this way. Sometimes it's the only thing keeping certain people from doing it in real life.
That's probably true. That's probably true. But yeah, there are some gross people out there who actually make a living being that gross because they're just writing literature, so they're allowed to do it.
I feel like
First Amendment.
Human nature, though, it's within our own human nature to want to read that stuff because it's so kind of.
That's kind of why I started reading it, because like once I read my first true splatterpunk novel, like I was just like, well, how much worse can it get? And everybody online in the online communities was saying, oh my god, this one's so much worse, or that one's so much worse. And sure enough, you know, I would read it and it would be like, oh my god, they're right, it is that much worse. Like just the ideas that these fucking maniacs come up with and write down on paper, it's absolutely insane. Absolutely insane and disturbing and disgusting, but you end up like you fall down this rabbit hole and you just end up reading it all. It's crazy stuff. But then you get to experience the writer growing up, like, and kind of moving away from like the absolute most horrible things that you could think of and writing them down on paper. They kind of grow up and start actually exploring character development and all this other stuff, and it's kind of interesting to see that progression. So I don't know, it's just kind of,
I don't know, I just have this strange fascination with like just how sick people can actually be in real life, I guess.
Well, maybe you should read some Edward Lee then.
Maybe I should.
Maybe
I should get into splatterpunk.
Maybe you should. It's a crazy genre in horror fiction. Absolutely crazy.
But you know, I watched documentaries about Ed Gein and oh god, now they're all like, who's the cannibal?
Ed Gein is one.
Well, supposed cannibal. They don't know. They didn't prove that. They could only tie him to 2 murders too. No, he was gay and he'd like.
Oh, I know who you're.
Jeffrey Dahmer.
Jeffrey Dahmer, yeah.
I think I was talking about.
He had the drill that he used to.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah. And
yeah.
Who's the clown?
That was Ed Gein.
No.
Wasn't it?
No. That was it's on the tip of my tongue.
Not BTK.
No.
Why am I getting notifications from Phil Basardo?
I don't know. Maybe he wants to be on the show.
Yeah. I think we tried that once, like 4 years ago. It didn't work out. I don't
It's
even
gonna
know
kill
if
me
he's.
now.
I don't know if he's even coming up for the New England convention in May.
He
I have
should.
no idea. I stopped.
John Wayne Gacy.
Like
Thank you, Amy.
John Wayne Gacy. Yes. Okay.
It's killing me. Go on. He's not
Pride
coming
of
up to the
Chicago.
show. Yeah.
He's the sausage king.
He's a little teen killer, teen boy killer. Fucking creepy, crazy bastard. So you said Phil's not coming?
I don't know if Phil's gone. And honest, like, I haven't talked to him. I think the last time I talked to him was Pittsburgh, actually. I haven't talked to him since Pittsburgh. Like, maybe for a week or two after that, but
He went to the last one.
yeah, in Pittsburgh.
No, I mean in New England.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
Yeah, I wasn't there. But I'll be at this one. I already bought tickets.
I think he was only there for the day.
Yeah.
And that's why clowns are terrifying. What about landscapers?
Landscapers are terrifying too, just because of what they charge.
He was only he like managed landscapers. That's how he brought in the little boys, the teens that he murdered. He hired them for the summer and then killed them, and who knows what.
So,
I don't know.
Good thing we had a show tonight.
Yeah. Mogs, I don't know if that doesn't. I don't know. It sounds like a fabricated quote. Just saying. He was. Dahmer was interesting. He was a little bit out there. You know, after he got caught, he just spilled his guts about everything. But not so much, not like Charlie Manson, who loves media attention. Oh my god.
Is he still alive?
I'm pretty sure he is. I think he's getting let out of jail. No.
Well, that was the crazy thing about him, was he never actually murdered anybody.
Yeah, right?
He never actually, like, did anything. He just made his minions do it.
Right. Oh. Ha ha ha. Funny joke, Mogs.
I need a drink and I need to pee.
Commercial break. Do you have anything queued?
I don't think I have anything queued.
Well, I can sit here and talk about murderers.
All right, you do that.
Okay.
I'll be back in a bit.
What was I gonna say? John Wayne Gacy. Who else? I'm fascinated also with mysteries, like unsolved mysteries and crazy shit like that. But it's more like realistic stuff, not so much like paranormal. I mean, paranormal stuff is like, yeah, okay, but most of it can be explained away. But mysteries are really cool. Like, I don't know if anyone has heard of D.B. Cooper, but that one is that's pretty cool. It's like the perfect like spy kind of story, because like everything about that guy was like just so odd and so unusual. Or what's it called? There was one where this guy like washed up on a beach in like Australia, or he was sitting on a beach in Australia and someone found him and he was dead, and he had like the liner of his pocket like sewn together or something, and he had like a notebook sewn into his pants, and there was a bunch of cryptic symbols and a cipher that no one could, read or anything like that, which was crazy. I don't know. That kind of shit just like blows me away, because it's like, this is like true stories of what happened, like of crazy shit that goes down and no one can explain it. Or those guys in Brazil. I think there was guys in Brazil, 2 of them, and they were like in really nice suits and raincoats and stuff, and they were way up in the rainforest, and they found them dead, and they had like taken poison, and they had lead masks on their face. I don't know if anyone's heard of that one, but that's pretty creepy too. Or there was another one. I'm just trying to go over all the different crazy stories that I've heard of. I don't know. What else is out there? What do you guys like for mystery stuff? I mean, aliens are pretty cool too. I mean, obviously there's a ton of that kind of stuff. But it's like the things that like are caught on camera that are really, really difficult to explain. Like there's like the like Norwegian spirals or something like that, where they just see like this like glowing spiral in the sky, and it went on for like 20 minutes. And like the Russians, oh, I think it was Russian, but the Russians said it was like a missile test or something. I'm like, doesn't look like any missile that I've ever seen. Looks really, really weird. But just like interesting stuff like that, just that I like to just dive into and like probably do too much research about. I don't know, but I have a terrible memory, so I can't remember the specific names of most of them. But yeah, like the alien ones that like are seen by like thousands of people and no one can really like say anything about. It's just like, yeah, there was like glowing lights in the sky, and then the military comes out with their own statement and blah blah blah. Just weird. But yeah, that's just me. I like reading into shit way too much. So what is up, everybody? How's everybody doing tonight? Hopefully you guys are having some fun, hanging out again. Oh, I hear Jay.
Yeah, you do.
Hi.
Hi.
Are you not wearing headphones tonight?
Nope. I do not give a fuck.
Oh, okay. This is the not giving a fuck thing.
Yep.
No one's talking.
Shit. I think I left my vape upstairs.
Way to go.
I got another one over here. I can do this.
They only love you tonight, Jay.
What?
They only miss you.
They never love me or miss me. That doesn't make any sense.
I was trying to say, about how, I love reading into mysteries and stuff too. Not just like, serial killers or whatever, but D.B. Cooper, a.k.a. Dan Cooper.
What about Stephen King, Dark Tower?
I'm not a reader, Jay.
It was a big year for Stephen King fans. This is a huge year for Stephen King fans.
Oh, I heard about that. What's the story?
Dark Tower, and the cast is so perfectly done. So perfectly done.
I've heard of Dark Tower.
Mm-hmm.
Why do I know that?
Because it's like the biggest... It's the best-selling fantasy series of all time at this point. Stephen King, Dark Tower, like... how do I even describe it? Like, it's a lot of stuff going on.
A lot of stuff happens, yeah. You should be a film reviewer, Jay.
No, I don't want to. Yeah, Eva, in general, I tend to agree that Stephen King's movies, or movies that were based on Stephen King novels, generally aren't as good, but there have been some gems. You could probably count them on one hand, but there have been some gems, and I'm holding out hope that the Dark Tower series will end up being phenomenal.
Well, how do you feel about, like, It?
It, I was not a big fan of I never read the book, so I can't compare it to the book, but I was never a huge fan of the movie, but mostly because of the casting. Like, you can't have the star of Night Court as one of the main characters in it and expect it to like break any sort of records. It wasn't terrible, but people flip out over Tim Curry's adaptation of The Clown and all this stuff, and I didn't see it. So I'll certainly watch the new one, and I'm looking forward to it, but I'm more excited about the Dark Tower. Like, The Dark Tower. We've been waiting for a Dark Tower adaptation for, God, at least a decade and a half. And now we're finally getting it. And the cast, like Matthew McConaughey as the Man in Black, and what's his name? How do you even pronounce that guy's name? Is as Roland. Like, I can't pronounce his name, but he's a phenomenal actor, and I absolutely think that if, because they can't get Clint Eastwood, this guy, I think, will fill those shoes phenomenally. So I'm very excited. Very excited.
Well, how old is Clint Eastwood?
Exactly. He's too old. He's too old. If they were to cast the movie and start doing it, 20 years ago, when it should have been done, they could have gotten Clint Eastwood, which was obviously, I think he was the character that was that the book character was modeled after. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it was like, you just look at the pictures on the books and it was Clint Eastwood. It was always Clint Eastwood, but obviously he's not available to be a gunslinger these days. So, thank you, Mogs. Idris Elba. Yeah. Very a bold move, yes. The character wasn't written as a black man, but I just think that the aura that he portrays in all of his movies, I think, fits perfectly with Roland. Absolutely fits perfectly. I don't think it's going to be much of a jump. Yes, Mogs, the last books weren't written 20 years ago, but when was The Gunslinger written? I was, I think, probably a freshman in high school when The Gunslinger was written, the first book. So you're talking 25 plus years ago? Whenever that was? I don't remember. Yeah, I think casting and McConaughey as the Man in Black, I think he's at that age at this point. Like, I just think absolutely phenomenal. And obviously he brings a lot of name recognition to the project, so yeah, I just think as long as he doesn't end up selling Lincoln Navigators during the drawing of the 3, I think we'll be fine. Where'd the music go?
I don't know. That's your job.
I have to start it over.
Jesus Christ.
All right. But yeah, so far casting looks great. Gunslinger was written in 1982. Yeah, so Jesus, that was
5 years before I was born.
I was in junior high.
Just putting that out there.
Yeah, 1982. I was early junior high, I think. I graduated in 91, so you guys do the math. I don't want to do it. But I didn't start reading it until freshman year in high school, I think. Maybe later than that, even. Maybe junior year in high school, I started reading it.
So do you think there's going to be more than one film?
Oh yeah. Yeah, there has to be. But I know they're not like following the lineage of the books. They're actually going to be starting the movie like halfway through. I think I read that they're going to be starting it around the end of Wastelands, which was the 3rd book. There was Gunslinger, Drawing of the 3, and then Wastelands, and I think they're actually starting the movie around the Wastelands area. But it's not going to be completely linear because the story isn't completely linear. Like, there's a lot of like history and going forward, and actually, well, I don't want to give too much away, but it's not a linear story at all. It's all about like loops, like temporal loops. Like, it's weird. But anyway.
Well, interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I think I heard some stuff about that.
Speaking of temporal, I want some tempura.
How did I know that was coming?
Because I haven't been able to eat bread in months.
just pan fry vegetables then.
That's not the same.
No, it's not.
No.
There's nothing much like tempura broccoli.
Tempura anything.
Yeah, literally anything.
Literally.
Now you got me going, man. Come on. I just ate.
How much time do we have left?
Really?
I'm tired, man. I work for a fucking living.
Oh, please. We have to entertain the masses, Jay. That's our job.
The massive 10.
More than usual. And we have every lovely person in the room right now. I'm not sucking up, I swear. So I don't know. It's been so long since we did a show. Mm-hmm. I feel so out of the loop.
What loop? There is no loop.
KBS is Kentucky Breakfast Stout, not bourbon. What? Oh, Founders. Who does the bourbon stout then? Who does? Okay, now I'm lost. I thought Founders did Kentucky Bourbon Stout, or is that what am I thinking of? I can't remember. So yeah, I was gonna say since you know we meet up on Tuesdays, but usually you're there from like 6 to 8:30.
Yep.
So we don't even really get to hang out, like really. So I don't know. I feel like I'm missing out, man. And I do, you know. All right, why don't you talk about? Oh, well, I don't know if you want to talk about jelly dogs.
What about it?
Well, it's only sold in 2 stores, and none of the people in the room right now can get their hands on it, except for Brandon.
Unless they call those 2 stores, they might be able to ship it out.
That's true, but maybe we shouldn't talk about it because August 8th. Even though I'm still seeing new products coming out, and like China does not give a fuck.
Yeah, I'm not too worried. I'm not too worried. Because I don't market it. It's not. Look for it online. You can't find it. It's not marketed. It's not marketed at all. It's literally just available in these 2 stores. It's my favorite juice right now, and it's a jelly-filled Cruller. You never. When was the last time you had me come out with a new dessert flavor? Doesn't happen. Doesn't happen.
And it's just as good as you think it is.
Yep. No sweeteners. It's still just as much of a coil saver as all my other juices, and it's like this just ultra rich, beautiful, slightly spicy, sweet,
bakery spices,
jelly-ish vape. It's absolutely delicious. I love this stuff.
You know what I like about jelly dogs is you got the inside of a jelly donut like spot on, because it's not just regular old jelly, you know.
No, it's not.
It doesn't taste like that. It tastes totally different. It tastes to me actually like confectionery sugar.
It's a bright spot in the center of a slightly spicy pastry. It's just to me, it's absolutely perfect. It's absolutely perfect.
I like how you describe it. Instead of calling it like a cannoli, or
it's not a cannoli,
or you know, a crepe or something. You know, just like whatever. You know, because all these manufacturers, they're coming out with cannolis and crepes and pancakes and waffles and stuff like that, and it's like it's all the same flavoring.
Yeah,
it's all in how you market
because
it.
Most of them, they come out with the description before they come out with the flavor. I come out with the flavor and then I decide what the description should be. God forbid. This is what it tastes like. Period. They come out with this is what it tastes like before they even develop the juice.
Yeah, they come up with the whole branding. They come up with the names. They come up with everything. Then they make the flavor to fit that model.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly.
So they come up with a name like Candy Floss E-Liquid. and all of a sudden they have a bunch of fucking cotton candy vapes, and it tastes like rat shit. Not that I would know what that tastes like. There's no jelly in a cannoli. Well, not according to some of these manufacturers, because they're doing whatever the fuck they want right now. Yeah. They have like all sorts of crazy cannolis.
Because they see that everybody wants a cannoli. People are buying things that say cannoli, so I'm going to do a cannoli that has jelly in it.
Right.
You know, and then they just add cannoli flavor and then just add some strawberry to it.
Amy, I have a peanut butter and jelly French toast flavor. Tell me if that makes sense.
Actually, that is a thing. That is a thing.
Really?
Yeah, it is.
Well,
so what they're doing is they buy a French toast flavor and then they add peanut butter and grape, and they're done. And then obviously a bunch of fucking sweetener to ruin your coils.
Well, okay. Speaking of sweetener and all this stuff, how about Dr. F's new statement?
Oh God. Well, that has nothing to do with sweetener, but it should.
No,
I mean,
but it should.
He should stay.
It goes hand in hand.
But I kind of agree with some of the criticism, which is that Dr. F's shtick should be sticking to the science and not the sociology of vaping. And he's totally going off. He's totally going off focus and going after the sociology of vaping, and that's not what he should be doing. He's a fucking heart surgeon. Like, you should be sticking to the fucking science, not taking surveys and shit. But at the same time, I agree with him. In general, obviously, I agree with him. I think that it's incredibly irresponsible the way that things have been marketed. But we've been talking about that for years, literally years. We've been talking about that.
I just talked about it in my latest vlog.
He doesn't need to be talking about that. Talk about the science. Talk about the fact that all these assholes who are doing this marketing are adding a shit ton of fucking sweetener to their juice and making individuals accustomed to having that much sweetener in their juice, thus making the whole market follow that lead, which is absolutely terrible for vaping because sweeteners are bad to vape. They're horrible to vape. Look at what they do to your coils. That's what they're doing to your lungs. Anything that does not vape efficiently is doing damage to you. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop
it. But the worst part about that is that's the American way. If something works once, they're going to do it again and again and again and increase it every time exponentially until something else happens. And American e-liquid is it's like something that's so popular in other countries. Like, we're going across the ocean and going over to the UK, we're going to Europe, we're going to Russia, and
but we're doing it because we're being irresponsible.
Right, but we're also doing it because we're introducing a newer thing to their culture because they're not used to that. Before vaping really landed in the UK, and Europe, they were vaping a lot of spicy, herbal kind of vapes with mint and rosemary and lavender and all these like delicate flavors. Now we're dumping Sour Patch Kids on them. Loaded. Full.
And they're starting to wear fucking flat brim hats too. I see it.
Oh yeah.
Sleeve tattoos all over the place in Europe now. It's gross.
Cloud competitions and all.
Disgusting. It's disgusting.
Mike's here. What's up, Mike? Tony should be back pretty soon too. Tony just ran home real quick.
Just in time for me to go to bed.
Oh, shut the fuck up,
dude! I have so much to do this weekend.
Oh my god,
dude! When was the last time you had any fucking responsibility?
You gotta go to Home
Shut up, you goddamn 35-year-old.
Bed Bath and Beyond.
Yeah.
I don't know if we'll have enough time. Cannelloni. What the hell's cannelloni?
Isn't that an Italian pasta?
It sounds like an Italian pasta. Oh, Chad's here too. Well,
hey,
fuck
Chad.
me running.
What's up, Chad?
I bet they're
hey,
at the
Chad, I'm still waiting for that order so I can actually charge you for the last order. God damn it, motherfucker. Anyway.
The gang's all here. Actually, wait, what day is it? It's the 10th?
Still Friday.
Wait, isn't next Friday St. Patrick's Day?
Yes.
When's...
I actually have a special hat for St. Patrick's Day next Friday. I'll give you a little hint by rubbing my Patriots Champions hat.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
We haven't been live since the Patriots won the fucking Super Bowl. Woo!
Yes, we won that. We won that.
Yeah, you came back from, what was it, a 23-point deficit?
25 points.
25.
At the end of the third quarter, it was 28-3. At the end of the third quarter, and we came back and won that game in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl, yeah. Can anybody at this point argue that Tom Brady is not the best quarterback of all time? Can anybody, like, you can call him a system quarterback all you want.
You could call him a cheater too.
Yeah, you can try, but you're not going to be able to prove it.
But
and even if you could prove
tell me how he cheated his way to 25 points.
25 points in the Super Bowl
in less than 15 minutes.
And then he scored another 6.
There you go.
So it was 31 unanswered points in the Super Bowl after the end of the third quarter.
And then they played that awesome commercial.
Oh yeah,
right after.
Roger that. Yep.
Yeah. Fuck Goodell. All right. He has it out for the Pats. Oh God, Whams! Oh.
I sent my husband a Valentine that said, "Are you 25 weed? Because I'd like to blow you." You know what? As long as it resulted in him getting blown, I'm sure he was fine with it.
Unless he's an Atlanta Falcons fan.
Even then, I'm sorry. Any Atlanta Falcons fan who ends up getting blown by their girlfriend or wife that night, I don't think they really give a fuck.
T-Bolt. Boom. Fist bump.
T-Bolt.
Bro.
T-Baloney.
Yeah. I, like everyone else, I was checking Facebook simultaneously, and I'm just like, oh, there's another one dropping. You know, oh, fuck this game. Pats are gonna lose. This and that at the half.
Yeah, well, as soon as when they had the pick six, I thought that was over. I mean, I still watched the whole game, but at that point, I was just like, no way. There's just no way.
No, I never gave up.
21 to nothing. 21 to nothing. There's no realistic way that they get it because it's never happened.
It's the Patriots.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. That's 21 to nothing after a pick six in the Super Bowl.
But you saw what happened.
But I saw what happened, and like I said, it's not like I stopped watching. I didn't stop watching. It wasn't like I didn't think that there was a possible chance. But after a pick six, already being down 14 to nothing,
they're a young team, and they were overplaying.
You're absolutely right. That's a really good analysis, actually. They were overplaying. They were young, and then they got winded, and that's what the Patriots were waiting for. Boom. And as soon as they got winded at the end of the third quarter, done. They were all done. Even
after the half, though, they saw, okay, they're taking our run game away from us completely. They shut down all those great, 9, 10, 11-yard runs that Blount is known for, and they shut that right the fuck down.
Well, Blount was never a solid. Blount was only good at running once the defense was winded.
Right.
He's never been a great running back. He was
a good second half.
He's a good goal line running back because he's big and he has strong legs. But he can't hold on to the ball. He can't scat. He can't avoid blocks. Like, he's just not good at any of that stuff until the defense is winded. He's never been a great running back. What what was awesome was obviously James White and Dion Lewis, like the way that they were able to catch the ball out of the backfield the entire second half. That's what fucking saved
the turning point of the entire game was Edelman's catch. Was Edelman, right?
Yes. I mean, I wouldn't say that was the turning point, but certainly
it was a pretty big
at the point
step.
where he between him making that catch and Hightower forcing that fumble, the strip sack, between those two plays, I think that was the game, because that's what gave the Patriots like the life that they needed, like between those two plays. Like once those things happened, it was just like, all right, like here we go. And sure enough, the Falcons just fucking folded in on themselves, and the Patriots just kept chipping and chipping and chipping and chipping, just like Brady does. He doesn't earn it all back in one play. He manages the fucking game. And
he's not an idiot though.
He kills you. No, Brady is brilliant. He kills you with a 1,000 tiny little cuts. And that's exactly what he did. He just chipped away. You watch that game from start to finish now after the fact, and you see that this was not necessarily the Falcons folding. This was literally Tom Brady looking and just not giving up and just going there for 2 fucking hours.
But it was also a lot of time management too.
Oh yeah, but that's all part of it. Like,
and I think a big thing was the fact that they challenged and they lost. So they got
he had no choice at that point. They had no choice. They had to, whether it was a catch or not, they had to challenge it because there was so much momentum going in New England's favor. They had to slow them down.
Still, though,
so by throwing that challenge flag, they got to catch a fucking breath.
Because even at that though, that took away a timeout, which could have been a game changer.
No, that was not going to be a game changer in that situation. That timeout, no, he threw that flag literally just to give his team a fucking rest, because that defense had been on the field at that point for an hour and a half.
They
were exhausted. He needed to throw that flag, because if he had just called a timeout at that point, that gives him 30 seconds. You throw the challenge flag, that gives you 2 minutes. So he threw the challenge flag, basically just burning a timeout. It wasn't a big deal because that timeout didn't end up meaning anything in the game. The Falcons had plenty of time at the end to try to make that back, but they couldn't move the ball. They weren't able to move the ball since the end of the third quarter. It was like straight 3 and outs for an hour, and then we went into overtime.
Well, the defense definitely stepped it up in the second half. I want to know exactly what was said in the locker room
during halftime.
Yeah,
I don't think there was much, because not much changed after halftime. Not much changed until the end of the third quarter. I don't think anything changed until then. Like I said, between the strip sack and Edelman's catch, those were the 2 big plays that changed things, and those were nowhere near halftime. Those came much later.
It's true. They still, they were still kind of playing catch up as far as the game wise until halfway through the third quarter.
More than that, they didn't score their first points in the third quarter until the last 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean, Atlanta had scored another touchdown, making it 28-3. And then finally, Brady just got the team fired up enough to pull it out.
That's just
we've never seen anything like that in the history of the NFL, and we probably won't ever see it again.
Well, not only that, you never saw an overtime NFL or a Super Bowl game.
That's a big part of it. We've never seen an overtime Super Bowl. Brady brought them back from 28-3 at the end of the third to tie it up, and then we won the coin toss. But by that time, it was already over. Like, as soon as we won that coin toss,
Done.
it was just like done. Because every time we touched the ball for the last hour and a half, we scored a touchdown. So it was just like, and the 2-point conversions. Like, we needed 2 touchdowns and 2 2-point conversions. We got them both, and then we get the ball back for overtime. It was just like, there's no way. There's no way the Falcons are going to stop us. There's just no way that's going to happen. And sure enough, we march right down the field. Like, what, 5 or 6 plays? Like, just like boom, 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 touchdown. Yeah, good night.
It was beautiful.
It was gorgeous. It was absolutely gorgeous.
And this is coming from a guy with a Chiefs tattoo on his arm. Or no, what is
Redskins.
it? Redskins. Ugh.
Yep.
You should just get that covered up.
I've been a big Patriots fan since, I would say, like 1998, when I started going to games. I finally actually started going to games, and that was in the old Sullivan Stadium before Kraft bought the team and before Gillette Stadium was built. I started going to games, and that's when I started becoming a Pats fan, because I was actually going to games and watching Drew Bledsoe. I was watching him, and all that stuff, and that's when I started really becoming a Pats fan. And then obviously we start actually winning, and it's kind of hard to brush off your home team when they're the best team to ever play the game.
So you're a fair weather then?
No. In 98, I think we won 4 games. And I was still a fan. And I'm still a Redskins fan. I'm dreading the day when the Redskins actually face the Patriots in the Super Bowl. And that could actually happen, because the Redskins are getting a little bit better and better every year.
If that happens, you have to paint your face halfway down the middle.
Yeah, I don't know what I'll do. I'll have to. You know what I'll have to do? I'll have to watch the game with all my old Redskins compatriots from high school. Me and my buddy Dave Gorman and Aaron Foley. We'll have to, because we all were like huge Redskins fans in high school. So I'll have to watch the game with them. I think that's how it will have to go down.
Just whatever you do, just cheer for anyone who's on offense. So when the Chiefs are on offense, cheer for them. Why do I keep saying Chiefs? Redskins. I'm sorry. There's all those racist names that are in the NFL.
There you go.
The Redskins, whenever they're on, there you go. Whenever they're on offense, cheer for them. Whenever the Patriots are on offense, cheer for them. That's what you do. Problem solved. Whoever wins, you're happy.
Yep. I guess, or sad. I don't know. It depends on. I don't know. I don't know how I'll feel like if that ever happens.
The problem, they've been saying that the problem with like my generation is that we're kind of spoiled as far as New England sports fans goes. We are so fucking spoiled because we've seen every single championship for every major New England sports team: Celtics, Bruins, Red Sox, and Patriots, multiple times.
Yep.
So we're just like not even phased. If the Patriots don't get into the playoffs, or if the Patriots don't get into the Super Bowl, we're pissed off.
It's a disappointment. Yeah, absolutely.
It's like, well, damn it, we didn't get into the Super Bowl. But
you know what? After the Patriots lost to the Giants that first time, I kind of developed like this kind of thick skin and that's why after the pick 6 in the last Super Bowl, I hesitate to use the word give up, but at that point I was just like, I have to let it go. I have to just let this game go because of how sick when we lost to the Giants in that first Super Bowl, how sick I was for months. Like literally I would think about it and I would feel sick to my stomach. And I never wanted to feel that again. And so even the second time we went into the Super Bowl against the Giants, I was prepared for that loss.
Try living down here, where there's a lot more Giants fans, especially in Connecticut. As soon as you cross over into Connecticut, you start seeing more and more Giants fans.
Oh, yeah. definitely.
Lots of Patriot haters down there.
Oh yeah.
So, and they just love the fact whenever the Patriots lose, it's all right. I mean, I don't think anyone in the room right now is a Giants fan, but seriously, Giants fans are like serious sore losers. The second any Giants fans,
all New York sports teams.
yeah,
All
Yankees
of them.
fans, not so much hockey and not so much basketball, but like pretty much baseball and football. You know, the Yankees fans and the Giants fans, as soon as a New England sports team loses, they're posting up memes and all this shit, like how like the Patriots suck and how the Red Sox suck and stuff like that. It's just like, I mean, I guess Patriots fans are guilty of that too, but I feel like it's slightly lesser extent.
Well, I mean, but when we win, I never rub it in to anybody. I just celebrate in my own little world and whatnot. And I remember when Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl, what was it, 2 years ago? After they beat us in the AFC Championship, I went on Facebook and I was going to congratulate him. And everywhere I looked on Facebook, everybody was like screaming at Tom Brady, calling him like, you know, all sorts of names. I'm just like, where the fuck did this come from? Like everybody's Peyton Manning just won the Super Bowl, and all anybody can talk about is stuff at Tom Brady. Like,
Right.
So I'm just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm just going to sign off Facebook for a week.
Well, it's even like, you know, Pittsburgh fans were throwing it in Patriots fans' face that they still have more Super Bowls. It's like, yeah, okay.
No,
but we won
but
this
they,
year.
But they don't anymore.
I thought they had. How many did they have?
They
I
don't
forget.
have more Super
Whatever.
Bowls.
But there was a lot of shit like that. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of, oh well, Tom Brady's not the best because this other quarterback has more Super Bowls. It's like, Jesus Christ, you can't.
No. Tom Brady has the most Super Bowls out of anybody.
Or
Period.
I don't know. There's always like
there's always like an esoteric kind of like
Right.
stat that you can point to. What was it? Who was it? Green Bay has more national championships before the Super Bowl was invented.
Oh,
kind
God.
of thing. Like they have to go back, 100 years to point to before the whole AFC, NFC.
What about
joined and we had more championships and this and whatever.
How about this? The USA has the most Super Bowl championships. Yeah,
Yeah,
go
all of
USA.
them. All of them.
But yeah, that's basically what the argument is.
But that's how it is. That's how it is. People jump, people break their backs to try to find a stat that shows that Tom Brady and Bill Belichick aren't the best of all time. But when the fact is that they are objectively the best of all time. It's not even a question.
Tom Brady has the hottest wife of all time.
I don't think she's very cute. I don't really think she's very cute. Mm-mm. I mean, I wouldn't throw her out of bed, but she's. I just don't find her particularly. I think that Bridget Moynihan, who was his girlfriend before, I think actually she's much hotter than what Giselle. I don't. I think Bridget Moynihan is much more attractive.
He's got like the perfect family.
Yeah, I'm sure he does. I don't know.
Model wife, couple of beautiful children, all-star quarterback.
I just don't find her very attractive. I just don't.
Anyways,
I just
how
don't.
about your co-host on VCC Live rooting against your team?
Kevin?
No, well, no, actually, Kevin. Yeah, Kevin, I think was rooting for the Falcons, but Matt actually was. I think he was rooting for the Falcons too.
Nah, I don't care. We won.
Matt's a Seattle Seahawks fan.
Well, there you go.
Because he's originally from Seattle.
There you go. I don't care. I don't care. We won. What are they going to do?
Ruby Roo is a Broncos fan. She was rooting against the Patriots the whole time. She's like, "Yeah, go,
90%,
Falcons."
90% of the country was rooting against the Patriots that night. and you should. I mean, I'm sure you saw the memes like falling all over Facebook the first 3 quarters, and then everybody just shut up.
Well, yeah. I mean, it was like a flip flop because you saw the Fairweather fans dropping off, going, "Oh, fuck this game, whatever," blah blah blah. And then you saw like the haters come out, just like, "Oh, Patriots, you suck."
Right.
It's like, the game's not over there, pal.
Yep. Oh, believe me. I saw a lot of old friends of mine rubbing salt in my fucking wounds during those first 3 quarters, and then everything turned around. It was just like, well, where the fuck did you guys go? And then all of a sudden it becomes, and Amy was one of them. All of a sudden becomes, oh, well, I really didn't have a dog in this hunt anyway. I just wanted a good game. Like all of a sudden when it turned around, they all just clammed up and said, oh, well, I'm just a girl. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
I mean, I would call myself, I'm not a hardcore fan, but I'm also not a Fairweather fan. Like, I will tell you I'm a fan of...
Well, yeah, you have to define Fairweather fan. I mean, you can't say that somebody who got upset and gave up on the Patriots in the 3rd quarter is a Fairweather fan. They're just upset, and they've brushed their hands of it, and they've said, all right, we're going to take the loss and we're going to live with it. That's not a Fairweather fan. A Fairweather fan is somebody who goes, fuck the Patriots, they fucking suck. And then when they win, they say, oh, the Patriots are the best ever.
Yeah, but at the same time,
difference.
I think if you watch every game,
which I do,
whether you go, oh, the Patriots suck, or you go, yeah, we won, that's not a Fairweather. That's watching every game.
Right.
I mean, that's something.
I thought we had lost that game, but I continued watching.
But if you come out just to hate, like if your team wins or loses and you just come out to hate, then I think you're somewhat Fairweather.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're absolutely right. If you come out and say, oh, the Patriots fucking suck this year, fuck those assholes, and then when they win, you go, yay, Patriots, obviously that's a Fairweather fan.
I think,
but if you come out and you try to do some sort of analysis and say, I don't think the Patriots can win this year, and then they win and you're excited about it, you can't call them a Fairweather fan. That's just, they're trying to perform some sort of analysis on the game strategically, and they were wrong. That's not a Fairweather fan.
For me, I don't get to watch every single game, but I try to catch as many as I can, obviously. I have my favorite players, but I don't know everyone on the team. And it's just like, I'm casual, so I'll catch a game when I can, and this and that. Like, same thing with the Red Sox and all that. It's like, I'll catch games when I can. I'm not, like, gonna be adamant about keeping up with everyone's stats and everything else, but it's like, I'll always call myself a Red Sox fan.
I'll always try to work my schedule around the Patriots games.
I do have Sundays off.
It doesn't. I mean, you've experienced that with me, but it doesn't always work out that way. But I try to schedule every weekend during football season around the Patriots game.
Even if there was a MASFA meeting.
Oh, that's a good question. I don't know. I mean, this year, MASFA hasn't even fully formed at this point, so I don't know. That's up to freaking Tony and the gang. We'll see what happens there. But there's no game this Sunday, and we're meeting up Sunday in Malden. So I'm gonna have to drive fucking 4 hours on the Sunday evening to get through this meeting. Hopefully I can make it there.
Just so you guys can goof off and jerk each other off.
God, I hope so. I'd like to get something out of it.
That's pretty much advocacy in Massachusetts. That and whiny crybabies that go, you should feel sorry for me.
Yeah. Did I tell you that? No, I did tell you that Chris shot me a text message last week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I read it once on the shitter. I was literally on the shitter the next morning. I saw. Oh, Chris text messaged me at 9:58 p.m. last night. I said, all right, so he was drunk. I read the first 3 sentences and I just fucking deleted it. I just said, I'm literally done. I am literally done. I don't want to talk. I don't want to speak his name. I'm not going to comment on anything he has to say. Literally, like, I'm just done. I'm done. Like, if anybody has any questions about Chris, I'm just going to say, you're going to have to figure it out on your own. I'm done. I'm done. I'm not going to comment on him, good or bad, at this point. Just,
It's done. Like, he's like Voldemort.
I'm done.
As well you should be.
Yeah.
Because I think we should all just kind of wash our hands with him.
Well,
he's in Mexico right now.
I've given him so many chances to work diplomatically across the advocacy community. I've given him so many fucking chances. And every chance I've given him, he's burned his bridge literally within days. Like, I lay it out, like, this is what you need to do to help bridge the gap. And within 2 days, he's posting 11 p.m. drunken fucking tirades and burning bridges. So I'm just like, I'm done. I'm done.
That's the best part, though. I love watching the bridge burn.
But I'm just done. I'm just done. And if anybody else wants to work with him, I'm not going to say a goddamn word. I'm just going to say, yeah, I'm done. I'm done. You guys,
and he represents Safada.
You guys,
that's the worst part.
You guys do what you want to do. You guys do what you want to do. I'm not going to say another fucking word about it. And if somebody lets him back into the group, and 2 days later he's posting the same bullshit, I'm not going to say a word.
I think it's like you. There's a handful of people that are very anti-Chris. I mean, look, I gave him a shot when he first joined the Mass Vaping Patriots group. But he burned his bridge almost immediately.
Like literally the next night, he was posting 11 p.m. tirades about me, I'm a martyr. Oh, you guys don't understand this and that.
Advocacy should never contain the word me.
He's all me. He's all me. And you're making me break my promise. I said I would never speak another fucking word about it.
I know. All right, moving on. We talked about sports. We talked about mass advocacy. Well,
I think we're done.
No.
I'm going to finish my drink here, and then we're going to...
No. We at least have to go till 10. We started late, and...
We'll go till 10.
God, you're such a... Man.
I can hear my wife is still up. She's itching to talk more, and she wins. I'm sorry, every chance. Like, if my wife wants to talk to me,
all right.
wins.
So, whoever's in the room right now, let's keep Jay on here as long as possible. Let's get Jay's wife down, and
she's not going to come down here. My lab has been a mess for the last week. She will not want to come down here and hang out. My lab is seriously a fucking mess right now. You don't want to buy e-liquid from me right now because my lab is an absolute mess.
You were supposed to be bottling.
I was supposed to be bottling tonight, but you know what? I was supposed to be bottling for LJ's, but they still owe me like $2,000, so I'll wait until Monday.
Well, damn. Yeah. Don't do it, Jay.
Don't do what? Clean my lab?
I don't know.
Or hang out with my wife. No, it's not dirty. It's just cluttered right now. I just, Chad, you'll be interested to know, I just placed a big order for more Chubby Gorilla bottles.
And you want me to place an order, he says.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, place an order, man. There'll be minimal cat hair.
Jay, get 60 mils.
It's not up to me. It's literally up to Tony. Because LJ's has inquired about 60 mils, but it's literally up to Tony. Because Tony's my biggest customer as far as retail bottles go. If he
Don't be the next Triton.
If he wants to go to 60s, I will go to 60s. But I cannot do it like just willy nilly. It's all or nothing. Either I move to all 60s or I stay on all 30s.
Ooh. Speaking of LJs and Florida and all this, how do you feel about Florida in June?
Tampa?
Maybe.
Well, obviously Kevin's been bugging me about that. I'm not completely putting it off.
There's a lot of shit to do for families in Tampa, just FYI.
Very true, but it would cost me probably about $5,000 to fly my family down to Tampa. So
$5,000. You're not booking the right airline or something.
Well,
come down to Bradley. No, probably Logan would have direct flights.
No, I know. No, I don't think anybody has direct flights to Tampa.
Yeah, you're probably right.
No, it's all like Orlando.
It's through Atlanta.
I mean, it's a 45-minute drive from Orlando, so it's not a huge deal. But shipping 5 people to and from Orlando out of Logan, you're talking $3,000 to $5,000, depending on when you book it. Don't even squeak about it, because that's what it costs. That's what it costs. 5 people round trip on a plane, $3,000 to $5,000, depending on when you book it.
Yeah, I'd say on the lower side, maybe
$3,000 to $5,000.
Well, see if Kevin will cover a flight and a hotel.
Kevin's not going to cover. No, Kevin's not going to cover a flight.
Well, your flight, not their flight.
It doesn't matter. There's no reason for him to fly me down there.
But you're Jay DeLuco from VCC Live.
I'm not Nick Green. I'm not Matt Suck My Mod Cully. I'm a reasonable co-host on the show. There's no reason for him to fly me down there. I mean, if he was to offer, I would say, all right, we'll try to make it work. If we can get the
He hasn't
numbers to
offered
work.
me anything. I'm just going to be completely open and honest about that one.
Well, why would he? You're a fucking flat brimmer. You're a flat brimmed fucking douche. Like,
fuck you.
With an average of 300 views on your goddamn videos.
Right in the feels.
Ooh. Stanley the Vikings videos on a bad day get better than that.
I wonder what my view average is. How do you even find that out?
I don't know. I never looked.
No, whatever.
But no, seriously, I would love to go to Tampa. I would absolutely love to go to Tampa, but I don't see it being in the cards.
We could get an Airbnb.
Yeah,
or
but that doesn't.
Could get there.
But that doesn't cover airfare.
I thought that was the air part.
Ironically enough, no, it doesn't. The Airbnb covers like hotel, not even hotel.
I was just kidding.
All right. Yeah, all right. Never mind.
Just kidding.
The bourbon is.
I'm not a flat brimmer. God damn it, you people.
I know you're trying, but go ahead and try and remove those sleeve tattoos. It's not going to happen.
Cheese grater. Give me a cheese grater.
You're stuck with those, motherfucker. I love you to death, but you're a fucking millennial. I'm sorry.
No.
I'm sorry.
No.
You are a fucking millennial.
No.
Show of hands, everybody in the room. Who thinks that Nick is a millennial?
All right, wait. No. I have a better question.
Who thinks that I'm a crotchety old fuck?
No.
In a purple shirt, no less?
All right, no. This is the millennial test right here. How many genders are there?
You win. You win. You win. You win. No, that's awesome. How many
Just
genders
don't go
are
on Tumblr.
there? There are cisgenders.
Sis.
There are cisgenders. Cis. That's the number. Cis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That cannot be. It's a symbol.
Right.
It's not even a number.
The number formerly known as cis.
Yeah. I'm like the enemy of Tumblr, although I have 15,000 followers on Tumblr.
Oh, Jesus.
Yep. And it's all lesbians and porn blogs. I don't know.
Well, the sad part is you probably have been laid more than I have over the last 3 years.
I doubt it.
And it's happened more often than not. It's happened like within 5 feet of my fucking hotel room bed.
Who knew you were even alive? You had drank 2 bottles of bourbon.
Do you know me at all?
2 bottles, though. That's impressive.
That's impressive for me to be conscious, to hear you fucking begging somebody to have sex with you in the next bed over.
Wow. See, millennial, he has Tumblr. I actually started off on Tumblr. That's actually where Grim Green knew me from, was Tumblr, which is sad.
I didn't even know Tumblr existed until like me and you started hanging out.
Chad knows about Tumblr. I taught Chad about Tumblr. It was probably the worst thing I've ever done for anyone.
Is Tumblr one of the ones where people try to like hook up for free sex?
No.
That's Grindr.
Grindr's
right?
for gay people, and Tinder is for straight people.
Grindr is for gay people. Tinder's for straight people. Okay.
Yeah, don't confuse the two. You'll have a very bad
Do they
time.
actually work?
What? For dating sites?
Yeah. Does that actually work? Like you go on a site to hook up for free sex and it actually works, or
it works for beautiful people.
It works for okay. So it wouldn't work for a jackass.
If you have like a like one of those like haircuts that like does this thing.
Like the Justin Bieber thing?
Yeah. And you have an artful amount of stubble.
Artful.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
you have to look
what?
like a fucking painting.
The razor, when you start actually shaving, you're gonna want to like ask me about razors seriously, because I've started reviewing razors.
Oh God.
Online.
Hipster.
Under a new name called Down Stomp. No.
Down. Nope. Not gonna touch that one.
Stubble Stomp. No, but I got a new razor this week that I was
stubble.
I was severely disappointed in. Disappointed.
Well, you look pretty clean shaven.
Well, because after the first pass, literally it was this morning. I did the first pass with this new razor and I went, oh my God, I felt my cheeks and I was just like, oh my God, that's awful. So I immediately grabbed my standby and I went, I shaved it normally. I grabbed my shaving brush and I re-lathered and was able to shave a decent shave.
But even after the first pass, when you go over it again, it hurts. Like it's already
but that's
irritated.
the thing. You get a good double-edged razor and it doesn't hurt. Even on the second or third pass, like if you have a good razor, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. We should talk.
I'm not shaving.
We should talk.
I'm not shaving. You can't convince me to shave.
No, I'm not. I'm not trying to convince you to shave. But when you are ready to shave, we should talk. We should talk.
See, the thing is, like, I don't look that far ahead in the future. So, like, to me, my future involves nothing but wizard beard.
No,
Mike knows what I'm talking about.
But it's not going to happen. Both you and Mike have glorious beards, but give it 2 years. I'll give it 2 years, and you guys are going to be saying, "Yeah, maybe it's time." And when you do, you don't necessarily have to give up like craftsmanship and fullness and whatnot. It's just a different set of products that you have to deal with. You no longer have to deal with beard oil or any of that shit. Now you're dealing with like
let's talk about
artisan shaving gear, artisan soaps, artisan aftershaves. Like you don't have to give up like products.
Here's the issue, though.
Change your focus.
Here's the issue with gender equality.
I'm like, where the fuck did that come from?
Now listen, hear me out. So, as a man, you can either shave and spend money on shaving supplies and soaps and razors and brushes and all that, or you could let your beard grow out and then spend money on beard oils and balms and salves and that kind of thing.
Exactly right. Yeah.
But if a woman wants to let her hair grow out, you're not going to condition it and all that stuff. You're just going to let it grow out and be free.
But there's no law that says they can't do that. They can absolutely do
true.
that.
I guess you could go nuts and braid your leg hair.
No, they could absolutely do that. There's no law that says that.
There's no law against it, but I don't think it would be.
But I don't. Yeah, will men find it more or less attractive depending on whether or not it's conditioned? That's another question. But they're absolutely allowed to do it.
It's a good question. That just pokes more holes.
But no, seriously, like
whims.
I firmly believe when I look at, because I've been a part of both communities, when I look at the vaping community and then I look at the shaving community, and there is a thing called a shaving community. When I look at both of those when I look at both of those communities, I see a potential crossover there, because there are a lot of people in the vaping community that all have these fucking stupid ass beards. No offense, Nick. They all have these stupid ass beards.
Offense taken.
And once they wake up and realize that these stupid ass beards look stupid, they're gonna want to move on to something else that's equally as artisan, equally as crafty as their stupid beards are right now. And that entity is the wet shaving community.
Let's agree to disagree there.
How? Why are we disagreeing? We don't have to disagree.
Because
you don't think it's going to happen?
All right. Look.
When you want to start shaving on a regular basis, wouldn't you rather start shaving with equipment that's actually?
But that's like the exact same thing as vaping, in certain senses.
It is. It's very much the same thing as
it's
vaping.
Like, oh well, you wanna vape all the time. Well, you should have a good vape instead of having this shitty Blue or Views or Mark 10.
Yeah.
You're like, it's exactly equivalent to that.
It is exactly equivalent to that.
We should have crossover conventions.
But what's going to happen is you're gonna start, like, the bearded gentlemen are going to start, like, looking at Gillette fucking Mach 8s and whatever, and they're going to say, why the fuck would I pay that much money? Because you literally have to pay like $30 a shave for these stupid ass cartridges, when you could buy one craftfully mastered razor for $100.
Beards for life, bro.
$100, and then you're paying 10 cents a razor after that.
My grandfather was a barber.
So
and I used to have hair down to my shoulders.
You should know what I'm talking about, then. You should totally know what I'm talking about.
I know what you're talking about, and I do have straight razors. My parents are in possession of straight razors.
Take possession of them.
And they're gorgeous. Let me tell you. Straight razors are... Hi, Andrea, by the way.
Nick, seriously. Come over to my house. Just do some initial trimming on your beard first. But come over to my house and we will discuss.
I don't want to go over your house.
We will
try to shave me.
We will discuss.
Don't shave me, bro.
We will discuss modern shaving. Because it really is seriously like you know how stressed out I get
Modern
about
Shaving Magazine.
You know how stressed out I get about vaping, how stressed out I get about like all these things that
You don't get stressed about vaping. You have one mod and one tank, and you're happy.
I'm talking
and 1 milligram.
I'm talking about the business.
Oh. Okay.
And the advocacy. I get very stressed out about all this stuff. My one outlet that I don't have a financial interest in is shaving. Yay.
Jay shaves twice a day.
I wish I could. But no, shaving seriously is and I was talking about this to my wife earlier. Shaving is the one thing that I have that I don't have to worry about any financial repercussions on. I can literally just like look forward to a nice shave where I use my brush on my premium artisan soap, and I can just brush and shave and do whatever. These things become important. These kinds of things become important when...
These little tiny things that you can concentrate on to distract you from the rest of the shit that's going on in your life. That's, yeah.
Amen.
Okay,
yes.
True. But so does bearding.
Right.
And I guarantee you, Mike said earlier, I don't spend a dime on shaving shit. Right.
But you spend a pretty dime on fucking bearding shit.
I guarantee you bearding is cheaper than shaving. Fucking-tee you.
It could be, and maybe not. It depends on what you're spending. Because literally, you could buy a stellar shaving rig for $20, and soap and razors for an extra $10, and be set for 30 years. That's a fucking comb, which you wouldn't need.
Okay.
That's a comb that you wouldn't need.
Why? Okay, yeah.
If you were to shave it off, you wouldn't need it. Right?
This is $8 on Amazon.
Okay.
And beard oil is like maybe, $20 for like 2 ounces or something like that, which lasts you for fucking ever.
Yeah, for a year supply or 2 years supply, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with shaving.
And maybe beard shampoo, I suppose.
It's the same thing with shaving. It's the same thing with shaving. Seriously.
Mike's girlfriend loves it. Mike's girlfriend loves the smell of my poop. That's a story for another day. All right.
I'm just saying that the bearded phenomena that we've been experiencing will eventually become the shaving phenomena that I'm a part of right now. Eventually it will become that.
This just sounds wrong.
You think it sounds like we're opposites, but we're not. It's a natural progression. It really is. It really is.
Well, all right. I need a break.
But seriously, like I can bring out some of my high-end shaving gear, and you will be blown away by the craftsmanship and like how much thought goes into what this hardware does with a single blade, where everybody else in the community, or not the community, but everybody else outside of our communities, what they're using. You look at these single blade, double-edged razors, it's mind-blowing what these people are able to do just with pure craftsmanship. You'll want to experience it.
All right. I need to go potty. So.
All right, you go potty. Well, what time is it? It's 10:07. We should shut off. I'm done.
Well, we're gonna do an after show.
All right, we'll do an after show.
Well, I'll at least do an after show. I don't know if you want to do one, Jay, but what do you think? Should we do a hangout or should we do Skype?
Do a hangout and just
All
call me in.
Amy, do a hangout and invite me because this is the end of the show. I gotta go. Okay.
Good night.
Good night, everyone. Thanks for joining us. That's all I got.
That's all you got.
Yeah.
Which one do I shut off first? This one? What does this button do?
We'll find out. You shut me off.
Did I?
Yeah. I don't know if we're still live or not.
I have no idea.
I have no idea.
Go pee.
Okay.